Welcome to Monster Man.
Yarr! You're doing the punch now.
It's a good thing. Summer is winding down.
Yay! Fall is here.
I'm one of those people that never remembers whether Memorial Day and Labor Day, like which one comes first and last. I just know there's long weekends.
It's Mondays, 3-day holidays, barbecue.
So Labor Day is the one that's like at the end of the summer, right?
Correctamundo.
So this episode's going to come out sometime around then.
Right.
And we're going to call this the Labor Day weekend.
I feel like I'm in labor right now, but I think it's just a poop. But whatever.
We could have another episode about going into labor.
Good. I've seen a friend's labor video. It's horrific. Worse than anything I ever watched.
It'll be all about the Zoe Saldana remake of Rosemary's Baby from a few years ago.
Yeah, there we go. That's what the world needs.
Yes. So anyway, you had a great idea of... I'm going to let you talk about it.
Look, nobody has ever covered Labor Day horror. I looked around. There are no horror movies based on Labor Day. And I can't think of a horror book that I've ever read that's even anywhere close to Labor Day. As a child, I know Labor Day is a horror because it means school is right around the corner. But what I thought about it, I said, okay, there's nothing dedicated to the holiday. But we're dedicating an episode regardless. What are the two things that Labor Day are about?
The working men.
The working men. Blue collar dudes, dudettes that have made this country great again.
Beer drinking.
And number two, barbecues.
Barbecues.
It's all about the barbecue. I mean, because that's like the big blowout for the end of the summer. You have the big Labor Day barbecue, and then you say, I'm never going to barbecue again.
Yeah, you might even have to put on a sweatshirt at the end of the night.
It's still 90 degrees for 3 more weeks, and you're still barbecuing. But anyway, I have noticed Labor Day weekend's always cold. That is weird. And then you get the Indian summer, or is it Native American summer?
At least where we live, September is like the best weather. Because you get like hot days and cool nights.
Yes. So, what we're going to do, we're going to combine the two. So we're going to talk about movies that are both deal with barbecuing in a certain way, and then hardworking, working class people.
The blue collar. The
blue
Bruce
collars.
Springsteen.
Yes, if you're listening to The River on constant rotation.
If you listen to Glory Days and can relate.
If you walk around with a bandana out of the back of your jeans, you're a tough guy. You're one of these guys.
If you feel at home in a John Mellencamp song.
Because ain't that America? You and me.
Paper and fire.
So, I figure, do you want to alternate between barbecue and labor? Or do we just dive into barbecue and then we'll slide into labor?
Let's talk barbecue first. Because I feel like then, if we think of other ones that aren't on the list, we can kind of stream of consciousness or segue.
I like it.
And then we'll go into the working class ones. And then we're going to miss a million of these because we just came up with this idea before we turned on the camera.
And are drinking a great American beer called Pabst Blue Ribbon.
The Perb.
PBR.
So, as we go through this, feel free in the comments to throw out other ones that could have made the list.
Yes, because with barbecue, I'm thinking of people.
And not in like a, oh, you jerks, you missed this one. More in like a, hey, this also would be good on the list.
Be nice.
Be nice.
We're nice.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Wow.
That was on the sign of a barber shop I used to go to.
Thank you, Mr. Camp-Easy. All right, so when I was first thinking of movies that deal with barbecue, I'm not thinking of regular barbecue, because there's lots of movies where someone was grilling. I'm thinking people.
Oh, I got one.
He's writing it down right now. So I'm thinking of grilling people, and the first movie that came to mind, boom, Motel Hell.
Oh, yeah.
Good old Rory Calhoun and his crazy-ass sister making that meat's meat and man's gotta eat. It's in here somewhere. Oh,
right
it's
there.
right there. It's right here, see?
But this movie, again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The place where the best horror is in this is the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
You've got the great black and white horror, you've got the great Hammer stuff and everything. But let's just face it. The whole video generation is because of movies like Motel Hell.
It took a turn.
It took a turn.
And we were there.
We were there for it.
Oh.
And if Motel Hell is one of the staples of the of the horror diet. And it's made of exotic meats.
Farmer Vincent! And some of that exotic meat is Cliff Clavin from Cheers, buried up to his neck with his vocal cords torn out.
This movie features a great chainsaw fight with a guy with a pig mask, right?
Rory Calhoun is wearing a big pig head while he's doing a chainsaw fight with his brother. Oh my god, it's freaking priceless. So that was the first thing I thought of, because I might like some. Farmer Vincent made the best beef jerky in town. So I'd like to try it.
Yeah, but like Soylent Green.
Hey, if it's good, I always tell, like, people go, oh, I don't know. I'm like, if it tastes good, who cares what's in it?
It's like how I tell people about sushi. If they're afraid, I go, don't ask what it is. Try it. Because if I tell you this is eel, you're not going to want it. But then if you try it, you're like, that's good. And then before you know it, you like love octopus. You know?
Never in a million years. What did you write? I'm curious what you wrote down.
It just came to me. Grindhouse, Planet Terror.
Oh!
So half the movie takes place in a barbecue joint run by Jeff Fahey.
That's right.
And a lot of the barbecue looks like gore.
Right.
And then you think, and it's like, that's great. He's trying to perfect his sauce.
Jeff Fahey, who I first saw him in Body Parts.
Body Parts.
That's where I first remember him growing up in the theater, seeing him there. And wasn't he in Lawnmower Man?
I was going to say Lawnmower Man and Body Parts.
Yeah. He had great hair.
Yeah, Body Parts. Jesus.
That was one of those movies we were so excited just by the poster, and we went to see it. We're like, oh, all right, that wasn't that good. But I'll watch it again.
His brother, I guess, in Grindhouse is how do you say something? Michael Biehn.
Oh yeah. Did you see Grindhouse when it came out?
Oh, I saw it in the theater.
So did I.
Which is the way you have to see it, because they showed all the trailers.
Oh my god.
Machete.
Which became a movie. And
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving or whatever.
It was Thanksgiving.
I saw it with our friend Shane.
Oh, jeez.
It was completely ADD. And I said, oh, so we're going to be in here for 3.5 hours together. He was on the floor. He took his socks off. He walked around. He played with things. I was like, wow. And I still enjoyed it.
So those two movies, now they break them up and you'll see them individually.
Yeah, Planet Terror.
And
Death Proof.
The Death Proof, I didn't like as much, but in rewatching it, I like it better now.
I was the same way, because I love Planet Terror. I didn't like Death Proof, but now, Death Proof has Kurt Russell and Rosario Dawson.
And the whole bunch. There's like...
it's ridiculous.
What's her name? The girl from... the really good-looking girl in the cheerleader outfit.
Oh, I can't remember.
And it's got the stunt woman.
No, that's a really good.
It's got Cheryl Ladd's daughters in it.
Jordan. To me, when I first saw it, there was too much talking.
Well, yeah, it takes a really long time.
Tarantino yapping away, but it's a really good movie. It's solid.
It looks. Rose McGowan's finest moment is the dance at the beginning of.
Oh, I was gonna say her having like a machine gun leg.
Yeah. That whole movie is Rose McGowan's greatest moment.
Oh my god!
But the barbecue.
You know what? She could have. Me Too. Hashtag Me Too never would have happened if she actually had that machine gun on her leg and just blew away the Weinstein.
That's true.
Here's another one that deals with cannibals. The Hills Have Eyes. I'm going with the original. They were the bad guys. Papa Jupe, you there? They were cannibals, but they also burned up the dad who was trying the Winnebago. And he's sitting there screaming until the family puts him out. He was crispy. So, to me, that constitutes a barbecue.
I'll allow it.
I have been close to a person who was burning to death, and it does smell like pork. It's really disturbing.
How do you like the remake of that movie?
I think it's all right.
I don't even remember it.
It's actually pretty good.
That's one of those ones I keep meaning to.
He's French, I think, if I'm correct. It's French, but I was.
What's the name of the guy?
Michael Berryman, who is more terrifying in real life than ever on the screen, especially now.
Oh, jeez.
Like his forehead, like his head has lines in it because he's so old. He's a big dude too.
I just thought of something that is cannibalism and blue collars, literally.
Hit me.
The blue collars is from the cavalry outfits.
Okay.
it's not quite barbecue, but it's Ravenous.
Oh,
About the
yeah.
cavalry guys out in the wilderness, and then
Yep.
it turns out that there's a bunch of guys who found out that they would get power and longevity from eating.
That's a great man. That's a great one.
Once you said it, I was like, oh yeah, Ravenous.
See all the show
movie.
prep we do?
Yeah.
We're thinking on the fly.
Weird movie. Like, I kind of enjoyed that movie, but
Wasn't David Arquette in that movie?
David Arquette's in it. The guy who went from Ferris Bueller's Day Off ended up
Cameron, whatever.
No, not Cameron. The principal guy. Who
Oh,
ended up getting in trouble
before he became a Catholic.
And it's got the guy who. The guy was the bad guy in Justified with the blonde hair. He's awesome.
Yes. I never know his name. I just look at his. I'm always like, oh, it's busted face guy.
He's awesome bad guy.
Yeah. But he's got that. He can't be a nice guy. I'm sorry. That's some plastic surgery gone wrong, and now he just looks evil.
You know what else? It's the father from 28 Weeks Later.
Oh yeah.
He's like the.
That's right.
He's the crazy killer guy.
That's a good pick. How's your butt feel pulling that right out?
Ooh, very roomy.
I'm going to skip this one over here. I'm going to cross this one out.
All right.
Only because, but I'm going to go to a natural choice. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah.
Because you knew what they were feeding them girls when they got them on the table.
So, the original house from that movie was in Round Rock, Texas, which I have a friend who lives in Round Rock.
Really?
And then I saw Joe Bob on a YouTube thing. They actually moved the house like a couple hours away.
Oh, is that where you can rent it now or something?
It's like a restaurant, but there's also a barbecue place, I think, where the barbecue place was. So you can actually go to Texas and get barbecue and like eat. So there's two attractions. I'm like, we've thought about doing like a trip. Like
that would be awesome.
I've got good friends in Austin too. And I didn't realize all this was there. I was like, oh damn.
See, one of my goals in life is to buy a Winnebago, travel the country, doing appearances, signing books, and seeing crazy horror stuff.
Hit like the Colorado hotel.
It's my goal. Just travel the whole country and work my way up into Canada. And then when I'm old and feeble, just drive right off into an ocean. And that's it for me. All right, that's cool. I'd like to see that. Should we jump into blue collar dudes who just happen to get stuck into horrible situations?
That sounds like a good move.
That sounds like a good move? I mean, right off the bat, I thought of Evil Dead 2.
Ash is.
Ash working at the old S-Mart.
Working stiff.
Working stiff, just wants a little time off with his girl. Maybe he's going to give her a little something. They're going to get a little something. And then the gates of hell open up.
S-Smart. Shop smart. S-Smart.
Did you finish season 3 of Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I finished the whole series.
I am like treasuring the last 4 episodes. I'm like afraid to finish it.
In the series, they call it's not S-Smart. It's something else.
Yeah. But we know what it is. And then he opens up his hardware store.
Yes.
But yeah, I haven't watched the last 4 episodes. I don't know.
Can't get more blue collar than owning a hardware store.
And he has a Winnebago. And what's that? What's his car? An old Chevy or some beat up old Chevy or something?
Oh.
Or it's an Oldsmobile or a Buick. I don't know. Whatever.
People are getting mad at us because we don't know.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not a car person, so I don't care.
Would the Toxic Avenger fit into this? Because he was a janitor, wasn't he?
Would anything put out by Troma be anything but blue collar? Have they ever touched the white collar in any aspect of their movies?
He's a working class hero.
He is too. All right, Toxie. We'll give Toxie a working class hero. I thought of another one. My Bloody Valentine. Those are friggin' miners. Does anyone have a worse job in America? A worse blue collar? Maybe they're black collar jobs. Or is that racist? Should I not say that? But
I think it's okay.
Those are miners, and then there's like the bad miner.
Did they get Labor Day off? I hope so.
Jesus, probably not. Probably half of them have to be in the mine. They probably busted the union.
They don't mind.
Ugh. How about this one, Jack?
Oh, They Live. I mean, is there anybody more representative of the everyday Joe than Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Was he a construction worker in that movie?
I think so, because didn't he come looking for work?
He sure as hell looked like it. Or a handyman or whatever. So, that's straight up labor.
He seemed like a guy who could come over your house and put up some shelves and then fix your sink for you while he's there.
And then put you in a suplex.
And then shoot you with a fire extinguisher.
He was great in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my god. I can't believe he died.
You know what? I thought maybe he was the one guy who wasn't roided out that would terminate him early. But no, they all were.
Nope, yeah, you're right.
And I mean you, McMahon. I'm calling you out, brother. You are killing people, brother. You can find me in Connecticut if you want to have it out with me.
They Live has the greatest fight in the history of movies.
Which has inspired, I think, every Family Guy fight.
Yeah, because it goes on for like 5 minutes.
Yes. Too bad he wasn't fighting a chicken.
What's the other guy's name? Is it David Keith?
Keith David.
Keith David?
Yes.
Keith.
Because David Keith is the old white guy from Family Affair. Keith David.
That's it. And Sebastian Cabot as Mr. French.
Buffy says she doesn't want you fighting anymore.
Mrs. Beasley. That was the doll's name.
Sebastian can't be on this season because he has the gout. He had all kinds of like issues and stuff.
They Live is such a great cult movie.
I don't own it too, and I'm a Carpenter freak. I have to buy a copy of that.
The special effects when the little tunnel things open up and they're jumping through.
There's so much cool stuff in there. And I think when you watch it now, I'm like, how far are we from this? With the crap you get bombarded with constantly, like you can't even pump gas without something in your face that's broadcasting.
Oh, and the more you look into things, you realize, oh yeah, they put stuff in this to addict you, and they.
Mm-hmm. So.
The stuff in Fight Club, what they're putting the frames in, that's awesome.
They Live is very prescient. So I think
prescient.
I like that. I just made an imprescient. You brought up another one. That was another great call. Fire in the Sky.
So I just watched this movie recently.
For the first time?
Yeah. Well, not for the first time. I had seen it a long, long time ago.
Okay.
So it was like I forgot most of it besides the big part at the end.
Right.
So what I forgot was Robert Patrick and there was just the working class guys.
Loggers.
You
can't get more working class. Well, I said miners. Now I'm going to say loggers. Maybe they're
men of the land. Men who deserve the weekend off.
Yes, and they can work all day and then drink beer. It's not going to go to their hips or anything because they're working.
I mean, look, are there any horror movies with firefighters? There must be.
Yeah, there probably is. You all can tell us. Or when Jack's editing this, he might put the name on. Backdraft. Horrible.
What's the one with Howie Long?
Oh, Christ. No. Oh, speaking of that, Backdraft, I was at a place where there was a gas leak in a room. And I was there with the firefighters, and I had the key to open up the place. And the firefighter goes, put that key in real slow and just turn the knob slowly. So as I put the key in, another firefighter goes, hey, you ever see the movie Backdraft? And I looked at him and I go, well, you can go F yourself and open this door on your own. And then they all started laughing. Like one firefighter just moved me to they like wondering if I would actually do it. But it was technically their job.
So, I have a very, very good friend of mine, Joe, who's a New York City fireman. Mm-hmm. So we were little kids.
God help him.
God bless. He's the greatest guy. Since we were little kids, has always wanted to be a fireman. He would come over to my house. I had like this awesome fire truck, and he would like lusted after it. It was like his.
Would he set all your toys on fire and then pee them out?
He wasn't a pyro. He was.
Oh, well, I was pyro.
So I lived in Massachusetts for a while, and I go see Backdraft. I come out and I call Joe.
Right.
I'm like, hey, I just saw a movie. Thought about you. Backdraft. All excited, and he's like, that movie was so fake. What a pile of crap. Whatever.
Of course.
What? He's like, you can't see in a fire like that. It's too dark. Whatever. And he would never do that. Whatever. Just shot holes in it from a professional standpoint.
Right.
I'm like, well, number one, thanks for buzz killing me on this phone call and just taking all the movie magic away from it. Whatever.
Right.
So.
What do you think of Rescue Me?
I
would think that was a pretty accurate show. From the
firefighters
firefighters I know.
about Rescue Me.
Because it was funny, the firefighters, after we got into this place, and everything was cleared out, the guy goes, all of them go, hey man, this looks like it needs work because we do this on the side. And I was thinking of Rescue Me. I was like, wow, they all do this. So
Rescue Me's awesome.
So, do you have any others you want to put in there?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd! Ethan people.
He's a barber.
Yep.
He's a working class
Floyd.
guy.
Hey.
And meat pies.
I love a good meat pie. That's a good one. And you could put a meat pie on the grill.
So
Get your grill marks on it.
to me, Sweeney Todd was always a musical on Broadway that I would see commercials for. I never actually saw it.
Yes.
And then Johnny Depp did a movie of it.
Which I've never seen.
I saw part of it. But then I just recently, like on Amazon, I think there's like a non-musical version of Sweeney Todd out there somewhere.
I'm sure people have done plays and stuff like that.
There's a movie of it. But
Huh.
probably it's terrible.
I used to beg my parents to take me to see Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, it was
Like-
a demon barber. What's this?
Like, we're not taking you to see this movie about a killer barber. Like,
I got to see Dracula, but I never got to see Sweeney Todd.
My parents never took me to Broadway. No, never. But my father did once take us down to the Ziegfeld Theater to see the movie Testament, which is one of the least uplifting movies to bring a family to in the history of film.
You know what was creepy was that Mummenschanz?
With the toilet paper.
If you remember that one.
Pulling the faces off to reveal the smile and the frown.
Before there was Blue Man Group, there was this weird thing called, was it Mummenschanz?
Mummenschanz or something like
Mummenschanz?
that. People dressed in black leotards and they would have weird things on their heads. It was a freaking fever dream.
Crazy time back then.
But look, the whole point of this episode is we know nobody's watching right now because it's Labor Day weekend, right?
It is. Everybody's
Maybe-
working for the weekend.
Maybe you're in labor. You're sure as hell not watching us if you're,
You'll get around to watching this someday and you'll be like, oh, it's a filler episode.
But here we are. We're drinking the red, white, and blue. We're celebrating the red, white, and blue, especially the blue. Because the white collar, to hell with you. Even though we're both white collar workers. We still appreciate the blues.
White collar's known for crime. Blue collar's known for drinking beer.
Damn it. And so we cross the line every time.
Either way, we all like days off. So have a great Labor Day weekend, whether you watch this before or after. Depending on whenever the hell I get this thing posted.
Yeah, we'll see. It should be up around Veterans Day.
I don't even know when that is.
November.
Okay. With that, Merry Christmas. We'll see you next time on
Monster Man!